Azura down though.
He is. Nice 8th Remnant. Azura gonna try and get that water rune and does get it in time. Has the bottle charges. Young PH still trying to get aggressive, but in the end won't have any more mana. Be able to use that Resonant Pulse to try and finish off the kill. Very close call, but Azura, he's gonna be allowed to get both water runes. I'm quite shocked by that. He gets up to full HP now, and young PH, he's the one at the disadvantage. And never mind, the reason why he's allowed that to happen is because he doesn't have the bottle up yet on the Void Spirit. But it feels like a pretty big issue, as now he misses the range creep to boot. Oh boy, a set of very unfortunate events here, as now the chains comes out, not like this. Azura, he might just get it, and he does. As the bottle comes in, and Azura, he knows how much he outplayed him just then, John. That was problematic from young PH.
That's just gonna pile up. Faces Void, one of his weaknesses as well. He's not a flash farmer. He has some mobility, but his ability to clear out camps quick is just not there without items, and this kind of slow start is gonna impact that even more.
I mean, this goes back to how tough of a lane young PH has had. In fact, hold that thought, because how I believe might just be dead. Wami, he'll go all the way for this, but he doesn't have the mana for the Chakram. Never mind, he's got the Soul Ring up. There's your Chakram out. Wami truly finds it worthwhile to dive that deep as top lane. They might try to set up onto DB, but he's got the mana up. It's not going to be that easy of a kill, especially as Azura does rotate in. Ravage is there though with the arrow out. They'll have enough. DB does at least drop, but can you get everyone else out of there? Well, young PH, he should be just fine with the Astral Step charge. In fact, he'll even stick around and keep farming. I can't say the same for Skill A, but he is juking out nicely enough. Chains out, Scatter Blast is there, Skill A. He's just going to drop the Soul Rip. But young PH, still dancing around this top lane, will eventually be forced to walk out. And fun fact, John, that was actually the first kill of the game for YG. And you pointed out the fact that Void just doesn't flash farm either. That's a very true statement if I've ever heard one. LYM, they're going to commit the chrono for this. It looks bad, but I think 13.5 minutes in, you may as well commit it. The problem is, though, young PH has been caught mid lane. He's going to try and step his way out, but they're just going to continue chasing him down. They're not letting him go. We've seen this one before. Dissimulate, down to the low ground, buying more time, but not anywhere near enough as Azura. Slider fists him down. And Lan, he was making his way over to help, but just nothing he can do. In fact, he's underneath the sentry right now. Lan, you may need to run, sir. It's not looking too great for you. Bye-bye, Lan.
Yeah.
Still, YG, they are very far behind. They're going to go for a 4-man smoke. You've got Ravage up. Chrono's in about 15, but it won't matter because they found Wami. But can they take him down? Arrow's there. They're going to try and save. Moonlight Shadow in time. Wami, he's still alive, but no, the Ravage comes out. They are not risking anything. Varish now going to be focused down, but Azura, he'll jump in with the Tombstone out. They have enough to at least get one in the fact of Azura Rain, but now Varish, he's dropping low and does end up going down on the Undying. Skill A, still being chased. Lund drops as well to DB. Meanwhile, on the backside, the Chrono has been committed. They will at least be able to find the Snapfire, but Chains around and DB. Ooh. Look at the amount of damage out. How he'll at least get the Time Walk off in time, and he might just make it out, in fact. I say that, but Azura, Chains, it'll be there. He'll try to fight. Oh, he's still going. Reflection's there, but it won't be enough to lock him down. And alright, all things being said and done, not really too bad for YG. In fact, they might even be able to find more now. You'll scepter around onto the Ember. They'll lock him down. Azura still going to be alright though, as now they turn back. How? He just melted. It looked great. It was anything but great, though. There's now Chains out. Zorain, he's been caught. Scatterblast just on the edge to get him down. And last time around, you threw everything at Wami to get the kill. This time, without your Ravage, without your Chrono, I don't think they've got any chance of killing this man off. And they'll just have to leave him be.
Yeah, you've got to protect And they just come back in. Azura's ready again.
Yeah, another great chains out, but the Aether Remnant to block the chains off from Wami. In fact, Hao now going to jump in after LYM, but he's got the stick charges available. Hao, he's going to try after the Tombstone instead. He'll use the time walk away. Is now Wami with the Spirit Vessel is ticking down quite a bit faster. Still trying to escape, but eventually does drop. And maybe now you can capitalize as Azura. He is out of remnants, but a big reflection out. DB, he's going to try and force the fight, even without the meta. He'll chase down Hal. He's still trying to go after Azura. Will give up. Instead goes back in after LYM. In fact, now Varish dropping quite low, but the Soul Rip going to buy more time. Hal, you've got to be careful, sir. It's not worth your life. Lun, he's going to try and back off, but Azura has the chains. In fact, never mind the tide. He wants that lion, and look at the damage. With the Sleight of Fist, just bursts him down. Skill A, he does pick off LYM, but now the dust is there, and they found out the Mirana. That was his last leap charge. Chains out, DB will say thank you very much, but Ravage now, it's been so long. Ravage has come back up all the way from a big call down, but DB, a massive Sunder out, buys more time for Asura. Lun and Young PH will be both chains up. They'll turn around again onto the Void Spirit. They'll get the kills.
Again, YG, their high ground hold, it's there. There's Ravage, there's Chrono, but they just don't feel confident enough to catch even one hero and just try to rip through one big hero up front.
They're just very scattered right now. Like, what are we aiming for? YG, they're going to move in. LYM, they want to try and chase down the Snapfire. Lun's there. No Ravage pop yet, nor is there a Chrono, but the chains are around. Hal, he's still trying to go after the Snapfire, but the Tombstone's getting to work. Hal, no Chrono yet. He's going to BKB and just try to time walk out. Now the Chrono comes in, but DB, he does not get caught. Oh, it's just a disaster here, YG. They can't catch a break. Nothing's working out. Just call it. I think you've got to call it.
Yeah, they're ripping through tier 4s like it's nobody's business. They tried to cut the creep wave. It's not going to be enough. So they still have the siege creep hitting away, so backdoor's not going to kick in. Buybacks are there. Again, Ravage Chrono, maybe one last fight.
They've got to try. Ravage is there. DB, he had the BKB active. Chrono was already committed. Don't forget, John, so they haven't got that. And there goes Lun. There goes Zorain. Hell, he's going to try and time walk, but there's no way out. GG. AG. I question how powerful this team would be. The nice little cheeky Sunder there from TB at the end.
19-7 on the morph up against Young PH at 10-3. A slower start for that Ember.
Top lane, Lun does end up going down. Varish, we saw him last game, just very dominant. Young PH trying to give him the space on that pos 5 AA, but looks like he'll have to take over the lane once again.
Yeah, it's not quite lining up, and top.
Yeah, Lun, he's been caught out. Oh, a nice dodge as well on the skewer. DB. It's perfect timing there with the tricks. And they might even find another. I mean, Fortune's End is back up in just a second. Purifying Flames out. Fortune's End's there. DB, he's just got so much damage. And that'll be a double kill now going to the way of the Ricky. AG 0-5, and it almost feels like a repeat of game 1 with the way this is going right now.
Same time, he's not really able to be aggressive. He's got the Chrono ready. They don't really have the follow through for that. And Young PH.
He's just trying to fight over the power runes right now, but Varish is there to take the regen rune away. He'll try to heal himself up. Skewer's going to be there though. Can he actually get himself out? Young PH, Sleight of Fist, not going to be enough. He'll remnant fall, but it's duped out. Varish, he does eventually go down. But now Azura wants to try and chase down Young PH, but a bit of forward thinking here, John, from our Ember. He hasn't skilled up chains, understanding that Azura can just counter him with his own chains. I still feel like even with your Void farming this well, you are very reliant on Young PH having a good game. It's not too bad thus far. I mean, he's at 3.8k net worth. Could be better, could be worse. Meanwhile, bot lane, Chrono's been committed. They're going to try and go onto Azura, but he's just strength morphing. There's no killing him right now. In fact, he might turn back around onto Lun. They'll try to force another team fight. The Tide still surviving throughout all this damage output from Hal. As Lun, he's going to try and make his own way out. But Wami's there with the Anchor Smash. He secures the kill, and now Hal, he's in big, big trouble. Fortune's going to fly in, and they get the kill.
Your Magnus up as well. Like, skill A, needs a blink at least, and once he has that blink, he can play with blink skewer. He could look for the RP to set up for the Chronos and Ice Blast. So pretty far TP up.
Just doesn't really fear anything right now, I don't think, Wami. Just keep spamming Anchor Smash, has the Hood of Defiance. You gotta love the fact that Hood of Defiance does actually reduce the bash damage, but with the Ice Blast flying in, they'll have enough. Wami is gonna drop once again to this Ice Blast combination. Zora now though, he's thrown up, he's gonna try and chase down Hal. He has a substantial amount of damage, but he won't have the control. So YM gonna be chased. Zora still just rushing around this team fight. Now Hal to jump back in, does find LYM. Remnants forward as well. Young PH, he'll join the fray. False Promise gonna be forced out by Varish. Zora still moving back in as the Ember. Gonna get the chains off, and they might have enough damage. In fact, Fortune's End is gonna lock him down, but not for long enough. DB, he'll move in onto Lun. They'll find one. They don't quite get the Ember kill they wanted. It still seemed like a pretty even team fight between these two teams. G's still trying to posture aggressively, but it doesn't seem like they're exactly 100% ready to go for a big fight. But I say that, but Lift is out. They've got the Ember. Chain's not going to be there, but the Ravage is going to be enough. And of course, they'll find Zorain. Chrono's going to be out. Do you have an Ice Blast, though? Well, not quite. We just saw Zorain go down. Wami, he's still going to drop. RP does eventually fly out, but you don't have the follow-up damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Back to Zora. He'll just keep going. Can he get the chains off? Well, he can, but he's not going to die at the tier 3 tower. Big smoke up here from YG. They want to try and get aggressive. Mid lane, Wami's going to show up. This isn't exactly the target they really want to try and make the jump on, though. Wami, it's just fine for now. They want a much softer target. A DB would be a very nice one. In fact, Ravage is out. Wami, he knew they were there. Young PH is going to be able to BKB in time. RP is out as well. They've caught 2 targets, but do they have the damage output? Chrono, Ice Blast, everything being thrown onto the Morphling, but False Promise was there just in the nick of time. He should still die through it, however, and he does. DB, he's trying to force the fight, but it's not going to work out for him. He needs to get out with the tricks of the trade, and he does, but for how long can he get away? It doesn't look great for them. They even pop a smoke. Just complete panic here from AG. And it seemed like a great initiation, but in the end, the counter initiation was there.
Have Ravage, but they know there's no RP Chrono. They could force a fight.
I think things are starting to get relatively scary here for AG now. Like, you are still going into avoidance the late game. DB does at least get skill lane at the top lane. Meanwhile, the rest of the team are going to invade the triangle. Hal be a primary target. If they can lock him down, they've got the lift down. Hal, he's going to be able to time walk. At least for now, they'll still keep trying. Fortune's going to fly in, but he's got the BKB up now in the Ice Blast. Is going to land onto the Morphling. They might be able to turn this one around, and they do. Azura ends up dropping. Wami, he is not looking great himself as the tips are flying out onto Azura. And Wami's gone. In fact, they might even have a third. Varish going to try and get himself out, but there is no escaping. YG looking fantastic now during this game too.
So if Wami does get a good jump in, gets a double Ravage, that could be how you turn it. You will have to catch them before BKBs are popped, and that is a very tight window, but it does give an angle for AG to play with now.
The Roshan they go. Ravage is going to be committed immediately, but where's your follow-up? What? That was a very interesting Ravage to commit. Wami, I mean, maybe just feel like the whole team was in there, but nobody follows up. Now they've got no Ravage to fight with. Hal, he's going to refresh. Alright, maybe it was a bit of a fake as Young PH has dropped in the backside. Now Lun goes down. Alright, it looks like Wami had a game plan all along as Hal, he's going to try and run away from this. He's going to look for a big Chrono out. Azura, meanwhile, going right after Young PH, trying to find a dieback. Hal still has that Chrono, will commit it, but you haven't got the Ice Blast quite yet. False Promise is there in time as well, so they've saved the Morphling's life. In fact, Young PH, he's been put to sleep again. He can't run it away in time. In fact, he gets one off, but DB, he'll keep the chase up. Remnant back the other way towards the left, and he'll barely survive. But Skill Lane will drop. Hal Lockdown, Sleeping Dart is there. Young PH looking for a reset on the Ember. Meanwhile, Skill A, he just fought back, but he's going right back to the graveyard, or maybe not. RP committed, Skewer away. Ice Blast is there, DB. He's still alright though. He'll blink strike out. Wami, he might be the one to drop, and he finally goes down as now you've got Young PH. He finds DB out onto LYM. They might just get another, and they will. Azura, he's the last man left standing here with Varish. It's not looking great for him though. They have not got enough. Surely, Azura must die. Skewer back. They'll find Skill A with a dieback with remnants forward. Azura trying to TP. It's not enough though. Rampage is taken away though. Of all people, Zorain takes the Azura kill. So no Rampage for Young PH, but a great team fight in the end.
Yeah, it's a 5 for 6 trade, if you can believe that, coming through. Or a 5 for 7 trade with dieback and Rubik. They clean out the Roche, get an opening in this game. They just need to have some patience. Probably best to just wait for Ravage to be back up.
Big smoke up though. Was YG do not want to allow it. Azura would be a great kill. Ice Blast is going to fly through and connect right onto two of them. They've got the false promise, but not for long. Hal takes down the Oracle, and now Azura will be the second to fall. A great chrono out from Hal. And they even have a double damage rune at the top rune spot. Perfect timing.
They've always got this mid lane to have to shove back in.
Radiant's courier
They're trying to be sneaky though, Skill A.
Leave Wami be. However, towards the south, DB going to be very careful. He's going to make the jump in on the AA, but they've got the Yule Scepter on Hal. He might just chrono for this. He won't quite yet. DB, he'll go for a run. Young PH is around as well. The BKB about to wear off soon. Azura's going to jump in, but they've got the Ricky now. False promise is out. Try and save his life as long as possible. But for how long can they buy the time? Ravage is there. Wami, he gets one, but the RP there in time. There's your secondary, but where's your damage output? There's Skill A gone, but the chrono's great. How? He found 3 targets. DB, Wami, both gone. Azura, he's going to keep trying to fight this one out, but how long can you fight, sir? Not for long. Not when you're getting permabash like this. And eventually, with the Gleipnir, they lock him down. Still the buybacks come out. How? On an ultra kill. Would love a rampage for himself. They just need a target, and he'll go right after Varish on the backside. Meanwhile, towards the south, DB, he'll find Zorain. So they've got the AA down without buyback available. And in the end, AG, while it wasn't a great fight for them, with the buybacks available, they do force back the side of YG. Though I say that, Smoke immediately broken. Hal might just go back in and does. Immediately onto Azura. They love the Morphling, but the RP OIM, he's stolen away on the Rubik. But where's your damage? They're doing literally 0 damage right now to this Ember. Young PH, he's going to survive through all of it. DB did not have enough. And in the end, the RP was great, but well, actually, in the end, they do find the Ember. They've just lost Wami in response. Because now they'll go for more. Young PH, he just buys back on the Ember. Ends up getting a kill onto LYM. DB's still trying to fight. In fact, never mind. He's just trying to run. But you've got 2 heroes down without buyback. Still, they might buy enough time to actually force a fight here if you are AG. I mean, these disarms are just so infuriating. They aren't enough. Hal's still going. Skill A's looking for a skewer back now. It looks like he might just get it as well. He's found the target that they really wanted to get. And that should be Mega Creeps coming out for YG.
They've got the big team fight spells as well, so if the jump in does come true from Wami, they've got the counterplay. And AG, Mega Creeps up, have to be really careful here.
Yeah, Wami gonna get jumped. A lot of damage now on this Void. Meanwhile, towards the south, who have they gone? They're trying to go onto Lun. DB, he does secure 1 kill. Wami, he's in with the Ravage. It connects on 3. It's not bad. There's another Ravage comes through, but the Chrono is already there from Hal. It has been stolen by OIM, so he's gonna lock 2 of them down on the enemy team, but it won't matter. Because again, you haven't got any follow-up to all this. Hal still kind of getting juked around. Here is Azura now getting dived in the fountain. Young PH ends up finding the Morphling. DB trying to secure the kill. It's not looking great for him though. Hal, he's literally tanked the fountain as he's taken down this Ricky. And eventually the GG will be called. YG, they do manage to get at least one game before the night is over. And what a game it was.